Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel today. Today I am making with you guys one of my most favorite desserts of all time, but it is sugar-free, so extremely diabetic friendly, super easy to make, and you can easily find all the ingredients at your local Walmart, Target, any store you shop at, pretty much. Also today I'm preparing with you guys a diabetic friendly, delicious barbecue chipotle chicken flatbread that not only you will love, but also your kids. I have my kids home for Memorial Day weekend, so I needed a quick and easy lunch to throw together for my little ones. And then also I'm making that cake, which is red, white, and blue themed for my Memorial Day dessert. So if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up and let's get to my kitchen and let's get cooking. Today I'm going to show you how to make a zero sugar, super moist and delicious sugar-free cake. So to get started, you will need these three ingredients. You will need the sugar-free jello packets, a sugar-free Cool Whip, and a zero sugar Pillsbury cake mix. Now, if you don't like the flavors I chose, you can absolutely choose whatever flavors you like, but that's what I decided to use today. To get started, you're going to want to bake this cake mix in a 9x13 pan according to instructions. So 1 cup of water, 1/3 of a cup of oil, and 3 eggs. So I'm going to get started and get mixing, but these ingredients are all you really need for success today. So I mixed all the ingredients in that cake mix like recommended, and now I'm just whisking for 2 minutes into a bowl to make sure it's nice and fluffy. And here my cake is after she's all done. She baked in the oven and she smells delicious. So the next step is going to be to poke holes in this cake. You can use whatever you feel you have in your home that would work. What I'm using today is a plastic spoon that I have on hand, and I'm just going to take the end of that spoon and poke holes all over the cake. And the whole idea of that is I'm going to make the pudding mix and then I'm going to dump that pudding mix into the cake. So the holes just make it easier for it to absorb into. That's where the pudding will go and make everything super moist and delicious. So here I am just stabbing the heck out of this cake, and I could have made the holes a little bit bigger, but this will work out just fine. But like I said, use whatever you have on hand. This is just what I decided to use today. And here's that pudding mix I showed you earlier. I'm using the cheesecake flavor today, but by all means, use whatever flavor you like the best. You're going to want to combine this jello packet with the cold milk as directed. However, before it sets up, you are going to then pour it into your mix. So here I am whisking everything together as stated, but I'm not going to let it set. I'm not going to let it sit there. Instead, I'm just going to take it and pour it right into my cake pan. This is what makes the cake super moist and delicious, and you can see that the pudding is extremely runny and gooey, and that is what you're looking for when you're pouring it into your cake pan. So now I'm just pouring it all over the cake, and I'm going to do my best to make sure that as much pudding as possible goes into those holes. However, do not fret. If it does not go into the holes, it will absorb into the cake and still make it super moist and super delicious. But that's what I'm doing here. I'm just rolling the cake mix around and making a mess, trying my best to make sure that the pudding gets into the holes to make the cake nice and moist. So here we are next day after the cake had time to set and the pudding had time to set. And I'm just going to top this bad boy with a container of sugar-free Cool Whip right on top. This is going to make it super delicious and light. I'm making this cake for Memorial Day, so I plan on decorating the top right before serving with some fresh blueberries and strawberries to make it extra, extra delicious. I was inspired by this recipe because growing up, my mom would make the same exact cake, but not with sugar-free ingredients. It was loaded and packed with sugar. But now that they make sugar-free versions of the jello and the pudding and the cake mix, I figured I could do that today. So here we have it. Of course, I had to take an honorary taste at the end. And for my berries, just in case you're interested, I love cleaning berries in vinegar and water. And all I do is combine 1 cup of vinegar with 4 cups of cold water, and I let my berries soak in that for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then I rinse the berries thoroughly with cold water, and they are ready to serve. I've just found this really helps with making sure that my berries are nice and clean and that they last an even longer time. And now it's time for me to throw my berries on top. Today I am topping mine with strawberries and blueberries, but you can certainly add whatever fruit you would like to add this with best. For Memorial Day, it really goes great with the red, white, and blue theme, so I'm super excited for that. I'm going to throw this in my fridge for tomorrow on Memorial Day to enjoy with my friends and family. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try. I promise you it is so, so delicious. You'll never know it's sugar-free. Now I'm on to my barbecue chicken chipotle flatbread, and to get started, I'm throwing some chicken breast into my air fryer, and today I'm seasoning it with Kinder's Korean barbecue seasoning. I'm going to throw this in my air fryer at 400 degrees for about 14 minutes, and I'm going to flip halfway through. So now what I'm doing is I purchased the Great Value pizza crust that's already ready to roll out and bake, and what I'm going to do is just roll it out into a thin sheet onto my greased baking dish. I've already chopped up that chicken that I air fried. I chopped up about one chicken breast that will be for this recipe today. And you can see that I'm just kind of using my hands here to make it as thin as possible. You do want to try to avoid holes so that way it avoids having any issues with your topping staying inside this crust. But basically what you're going to do is put all your toppings on this crust on half of the side and then flip it over to make almost a pizza turnover. So you can see I'm putting my chicken breast right there on the flatbread, and what I'm going to put in this flatbread as well is some chipotle sauce, some barbecue sauce, and some cheddar cheese. I'm using the Taco Bell Chipotle sauce today. You can use whatever brand or whatever flavor you like. And then I'm also using the barbecue sauce, as you can see here. And this is the no sugar added barbecue sauce by Sweet Baby Ray's. I really enjoy that sauce. And then now, of course, I'm adding the best part, the cheddar cheese. But you can certainly add mozzarella, pepper jack, whatever trips your trigger for this recipe. And obviously, you can use so many different sauces and so many different proteins for this, but it's something so easy, and all you have to do is pop it in your oven. So now what I'm going to do is fold this puppy over, and I'm going to crimp the edges so that way all this chicken, sauce, and cheese stays inside. I'm folding it over, and I'm going to use that fork to just crimp the edges to make it nice and sealed shut. I have my oven preheated to 425 degrees, but what I like to do beforehand is brush the top with a little bit of liquid egg whites. You can certainly crack an egg and use the egg whites from that as well if that's easier for you. And I just brush the top with the egg whites so that way when it's baking, the crust gets nice and golden brown. You can obviously omit this step if that is easier for you, but once I'm done brushing the top with the egg whites, I'm going to toss it in the oven for about 20-30 minutes or until the top is nice and golden brown. So about 15 minutes later, this guy was all done. As you can see from the top, when it's golden brown, you can just tell it's all finished and good to go. I can't wait to dig. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end of the video with me. And I hope you guys enjoyed both diabetic-friendly recipes that I made with you guys this week. The cake is so delicious. It is one of my favorite memories of my mom making that cake growing up. She obviously did not make it diabetic-friendly, but she would always make it every Memorial Day and every 4th of July because it just looked very patriotic and beautiful. And I actually remember she had way more patience than I did. She would make the top of the cake look like an American flag. So if you're feeling so inspired, I encourage you to do the same. However, I have 3 little ones under 4 and under, so I was not feeling so inspired to do that today. Also, I hope you really enjoyed the flatbread that I made with you guys today. It's diabetic friendly, and also my kids just loved it. So if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for sticking with me to the end of the video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.